They say that Mark Flynn wears Elmwood Giant underwear. Is that correct, Mark, as you look back on your baseball days?
Well, pretty close. I was over there for 5 years, and when I went over there, I was the only kid in St. James playing baseball, and I went to Elmwood, Elmwood Giants. They really treated me well there. Alec Turk was the sponsor of the team. And when I used to go over on the bus from St. James to play ball, they'd tell me where to go to get my meals, and they were really super to me.
It was a good organization to be part of, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
Now, you finished your junior days at Elmwood, and then what happened after that?
Well, after I was finished at Elmwood, I went back to St. James, where I've always lived, and I was St. James Legion had a team in the senior baseball league, and they got me to be the manager, playing manager.
Playing manager?
Yeah, and I had some great guys playing under me. You remember Lorne?
Lorne Benson?
Lorne Benson, and that was something.
Sure.
And anyway, so I played there. Then I went to CUAC. And
played senior there?
Yeah, senior baseball there. And while we were at playing CUAC, we played some double headers, in the senior league, and they'd give us something neat. I think there was nothing to eat, but so we said, hey, this was on a Sunday. I said, we should be able to make some money out of this somewhere.
We should be into tournament ball. Is that what you were thinking?
Right.
Sure.
We went to tournament ball.
So then you really formed the Fort White tournament team, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about putting that team together.
Well, there's Ron Hewitt and his cousin. They lived out in Fort White, and they always had a tournament team, but it wasn't good caliber, but they for what they were playing, they did pretty well. So Ron Hewitt decided that we want to do better than that, so he started to importing some of us guys from the from the senior league.
Right.
And anyway, I think the first one was Ab Bruce.
The catcher.
Yeah, catcher. And after that, there was Jimmy Wilson, played first base. He came along. And then we ended up having Eddie Mazer come over. Eddie was a good friend of mine, and always was,
Sure.
And from playing hockey and such. And then we got Al Johnson to come along, and we got to the point where we had a real good team.
How many tournaments would you have played in during that?
Well, we started it in 1950, and we went to 1961, and we played everywhere. Wherever the money was the best. And we went all through Manitoba into Keewatin, and that was invitational tournaments.
Sure.
Because a lot of times we went to enter, they wouldn't take our entries.
You guys were too good.
Well, we were people wanted to see us play.
Sure.
And but a lot of them wouldn't let us back in there. So, but it was a great time, and we appreciated each other and what they could do on the diamond, and
exactly.
And so it was a really great time.
After you finished your playing days, coaching, organizational times in baseball?
Yeah, well, of course, I was in a few other things.
Oh, yeah.
I owned racehorses for
Sure.
25 years, and I raced them right across Canada and different times. And so that was a real good time. And then I was involved at the Sturgeon Creek Little League Baseball. I was the president of that for a few years and really enjoyed that too with the kids.
Mark, do you see much change in how baseball is played and conducted and the organization of it over the years?
Well, I think that I watch the Blue Jays, and I still enjoy that.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that too much money has been paid, of course, and nobody should be getting that kind of money.
Well, in terms of baseball within the province, we don't seem to have the things that you're talking about, tournaments and leagues and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that after we were finished playing, there was very little.
That's right.
Yeah, in the province.
You don't hear about tournaments such as the July 1st game, one out in Indian Head and the one in Kenora.
Yeah.
Some of those highly spectacular tournaments.
Yeah,
right?
And they were great tournaments.
They were, yeah. And you've got some good memories of playing in them, obviously.
Yeah, it was a good time. When we had the Mandak League, and Elmwood Giants, Alec Turk owned that team too. And Curly Haas was the manager, and while I was playing junior ball, they had all these colored guys. They were real good ball players, but sometimes they had a little trouble finding them when they were in Winnipeg when they were heading out on a trip. And I remember one time when Elmwood manager Curly Haas phoned me at work. I was working for Wilson Stationery at the time, and he asked if I could get away from to go on the trip because they had 4 infielders that they couldn't locate. So I got the okay to go, and then he said pick me up at the St. James Legion, and anyway, by the time that the bus showed up, all the colored ball players were back.
We're back.
Yeah. So anyway, Curly says, "Come with us." He says, "Come with us." And on the way back,
where did you go?
Well, I just decided I didn't want to lose my time from work, so I didn't go. But
does it feel pretty good to be in the Hall of Fame along with a lot of your colleagues and cohorts?
Yes, it sure does. And I think we contribute a great bit to it all. Yeah, and of course, I used to play a lot of hockey too, and I was playing hockey this one year with St. James Canadians, and my good friend Tommy Barefoot, we did pretty well, and I was going to move up to I was a junior. I was going to move up to the junior the next year, and I got sick. I was playing lacrosse, and I was playing baseball, and I was really on the go a lot, and polio was going around at that time, and I got ill, and doctors come down to have a look at me at home. They didn't go to the hospital then. It was 1948, and anyway, I was sick for quite a while, and the doctor, who was also the doctor of the hockey team, he finally told my mother that I was going to be okay and that I had a touch of polio. He says, so you'll be okay, but I don't want you playing hockey anymore this winter. So I went to business college.
But you could still play baseball, okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, everything else was fine. But I never did play hockey again.
Well, you've got some good memories of your baseball days, obviously, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was... I know when we playing for Elmwood and against Morris Place, and generally we in the North Division we ended up playing with them. That was Terry Sawchuk and Benson, and I remember when happened to got lucky, I guess, that playing in the final game, and I happened to get the winning run, drove in the winning run, and all the people in Alma, I thought I was going to be dead. They all run out on the field and grabbed me, my shirt off, and carried me all around the
You were
diamond.
a baseball hero in Elmwood,
I guess so. Yeah. So
we were talking here today with Mark Flynn, an inductee into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame.